In the heart of China, behind layers of secrecy and the ever-expanding world of cyber warfare, a mastermind was orchestrating one of the most audacious financial crimes in history. This wasn't a traditional heist with masked gunmen storming into banks. There were no alarms blaring, no getaway cars screeching down city streets. Instead, this was a silent war waged from the shadows, a billion-dollar cyber assault that would shake the foundations of the global financial system. Over the course of 5 years, an elite group of hackers infiltrated more than 100 financial institutions across 30 countries, siphoning off an estimated $1 billion without ever setting foot inside a single bank. Their operation was so precise, so methodical, that by the time authorities realized what was happening, the damage had already been done. This is the story of how a single hacker, along with a team of cybercriminals, exploited the digital loopholes of the banking world, proving that the most dangerous criminals no longer needed guns, they just needed a keyboard. The operation, known as Carbaynak, was first exposed by cybersecurity firm Kaspersky Lab in 2014. But by then, the criminals had already been active for years, operating under the radar and refining their techniques. Their strategy began with something as simple as an email, carefully crafted phishing messages designed to trick unsuspecting bank employees. With just one click, malware was installed onto banking networks, granting the hackers a backdoor into the very systems that controlled billions of dollars. This wasn't a reckless smash and grab, it was patient, calculated, and executed with military precision. The hackers didn't steal money immediately. Instead, they watched. For months, they studied how transactions were processed, how tellers approved transfers, and how funds moved between accounts. It was a long game, and they played it perfectly. Once they understood the inner workings of their targets, they struck with devastating efficiency. Their techniques were varied and ingenious. In some cases, they manipulated ATM networks, programming machines to spit out cash at specific times, while accomplices waited nearby to collect the money. In other instances, they altered bank databases to inflate account balances before siphoning off the extra funds without raising alarms. The hackers even gained control over SWIFT, the global financial messaging system, rerouting transactions to accounts under their control in a way that seemed completely legitimate. Millions of dollars disappeared in a matter of seconds, and no one knew where it had gone. The scale of the operation was staggering. Banks in Russia, the United States, Germany, China, and Ukraine were all hit, each losing millions before realizing they had been compromised. One institution reported a $10 million loss from a single fraudulent wire transfer. Another found that an ATM had inexplicably dispensed over $7 million in cash without a single customer transaction. This was theft on a level never seen before, an invisible heist that bypassed security guards, cameras, and vaults, attacking the system itself rather than the money it protected. Authorities across multiple countries scrambled to respond, but the hackers were always one step ahead. Their identities were obscured by encrypted networks, their operations decentralized and nearly impossible to trace. The FBI, Europol, and cybersecurity firms around the world joined forces to track them down, but the digital footprints they followed often led to dead ends. These weren't ordinary criminals, they were masterminds who understood how to exploit the very institutions built to safeguard the world's wealth. But in 2018, after years of investigation, authorities finally made a breakthrough. In Alicante, Spain, law enforcement officials arrested the alleged mastermind behind Carbaynak, an individual believed to be the architect of the billion-dollar heist. The arrest was a victory, but it didn't end the threat. The techniques pioneered by Carbaynak had already spread to other criminal organizations, inspiring a new wave of cyber heists targeting not just banks, but corporations, government agencies, and individuals. The game had changed forever. The Carbaynak heist serves as a wake-up call to the world. It proved that the financial institutions we trust are not as secure as we once believed. It showed that a single vulnerability, a single careless click, could be exploited to cause massive financial devastation.